For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Minnesota seek recognition?
Madam Speaker, I ask for unanimous consent to speak out of order for 1 minute.
Without objection, the gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Minnesota delegation as we honor the life and mourn the passing of our colleague Jim Hagedorn of Blue Earth, Minnesota. Public service was a defining feature in the life of Representative Hagedorn. As a young man, he worked here in the House for 7 years as a legislative assistant with Congressman Arlen Stanglin. And then he served as a legislative and congressional affairs in the office of two U.S. Department of Treasury agencies, the Financial Management Services and the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Since 2019, Congressman Hagedorn represented the cities, the towns, the farms of southern Minnesota's 1st Congressional District. On small business and the agriculture committees, he worked to broaden access to broadband to rural communities, as well as provide additional support for farmers and ranchers during the pandemic. Even as Jim bravely endured the personal challenge of cancer treatments, he did so with dignity and grace. He continued to serve our country and his constituents. Despite our policy differences on many issues, Jim and I were united in a common goal of achieving greater opportunities for future generations for all Minnesotans. I want to offer my deepest condolences to Jim's family, his friends, his staff, and the people of the 1st Congressional District during this difficult time. Minnesota's Congressional District delegation is grateful for Congressman Hagedorn's service to our country. And Madam Speaker, now I would like to yield to Congressman Tom Emmer for his remarks.
Thank you to my colleague from Minnesota. Madam Speaker, I too rise today to honor our dear friend, Congressman Jim Hagedorn. It's amazing that in this day and age, with all of our differences, Minnesotans, proud Minnesotans, regardless of our political perspective, can stand together in memory of one of our great colleagues, and we thank everybody in this chamber for doing the same. It's fitting that we hold this tribute on the House floor. I never saw Jim more proud than when he was here in this chamber representing the state of Minnesota and the communities that he loves so much. Jim showed us the best of Minnesota. Born in Blue Earth, as Betty told you, he was born in 1962 and he grew up on his family's farm near Truman, Minnesota. The son of a former Minnesota Congressman, Tom Hagedorn, Jim was raised with a lifelong commitment to serve. After graduating from George Mason University, Jim followed in his father's footsteps and pursued a life of public service. He began his career, again, as Representative McCollum said, Betty, as a staffer to Minnesota's Representative Arlen Stanglin, and then he went on to work for the U.S. Treasury and Bureau of Engraving and Printing before finally being elected to the House of Representatives in 2018. During his time in the House, Jim served the 1st District of Minnesota every day with unwavering passion and a positive attitude that brightened the halls of Congress and brought the best of Blue Earth to Washington. We will all miss Jim dearly, and we pray for his family during this difficult time. And I yield back.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the Minnesota delegation and on behalf of the great state of Minnesota, I respectfully ask that we recognize the life of Congressman Jim Hagedorn with a moment of silence. And I thank you and yield back after that.
The chair asks all those present in the chamber, as well as members and staff throughout the Capitol, to please rise for a moment of silence in remembrance of the late Honorable Jim Hagedorn of Minnesota.